Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and this is an update video because I want to talk about what's going on, because there's loads of things that are going on and some changes in direction that I want to make. So first things first, I am going to LA on the 21st in a jet plane again to go and watch the Overwatch League. Now, you guys know that I work with London Spitfire and I help them make videos and stuff like that. We've got a load of fancy? That's not even a word. Fancy stuff planned. So I'm going to do some sort of Korean food eating video. We've got some tips videos that we want to make with players like Birdring and Gesture and Badosin, and get that kind of stuff out there. There's loads of stuff that we want to do. But of course, this means I'm going to be there for all of the final week. So for week 5, and hopefully I'll get to watch London Spitfire play in the playoffs. I mean, they smashed Seoul 4-0, so they've done themselves no harm there. So hopefully they will get to the playoffs. That's going to be awesome. And I am going to take my fantastic, I don't have it with me, but my fantastic, actually I've got my moustache. Yeah. My fantastic pilot, sort of. It's not a cosplay. I wouldn't offend cosplayers by calling it cosplay. It's just like a cheap Amazon World War II pilot thing. I'm going to wear that, and you'll see me in the crowd. It'll be beautiful, right? So that's going to be awesome. But if you are in the arena, then do come and say hello to me. You'll see me walking around. Just say hello. It's cool. That's fine. I love meeting you guys. So, other thing is a very... Well, I can't actually talk about this. This is a highly secretive thing. It is Overwatch related, but it's going to be ridiculous. But that's coming after the Overwatch League stage finals. So what's happening is I'm getting on a plane, flying over to LA for 2 weeks, which is a long bloody time, which is going to affect content on the channel. So this is the other thing I want to talk about. Now, I've got some videos I've been working on which will come out while I'm flying and traveling. I'll make some videos while I'm over there, but there probably will be days where I won't have a video. Now, the reason for this is for me to keep my mental sanity, because this, YouTube is a nasty little mistress, and she's like, you got to give me videos all the time, and that's okay when you're at home and you're in your fine surroundings and you're keeping on top of things and all of that's good. However, when you're traveling, it becomes much more difficult because, well, you're traveling, right? You're meeting people, you're doing all kinds of different stuff. There's not a lot of time. You're working from a hotel room a lot of the time, trying to put content together. It's not great. There will be bits of delays here and there. So there might be some interruption over the next 2 weeks in terms of content. However, the other thing I want to actually talk about, and this is more of an announcement, is I am heavily thinking, right, and this is going to depend on the support you guys sort of give me here, if you'd like to see this, but I am heavily thinking about starting to stream and streaming regular. I mean, bringing it back onto a proper sort of 6 days a week Unit Lost live stream. Now, if any of you guys are super old fans of Unit Lost, you'll remember that I used to stream full-time before. Well, I'm getting the urge to do this again. I think sometimes there comes a point in your life where you just sort of you need to enjoy yourself, right? I mean, I tweeted this out a while ago, and I said, you work to live. You don't live to work. And often, I find myself just... This is going to sound really stupid, because I don't want you guys to take this like a sob story or anything like that, because I am very privileged to be doing what I'm doing. I hand over heart. I understand that. Don't get me wrong. But... you can become I guess stuck in a rut. That's the best way to describe it. You become stuck in a rut and you're going through the motions, right? And you're just making content and it's great. You go to sleep, you wake up, you make content, you go to sleep, you wake up, you make content. A week's gone by, 2 weeks have gone by. That's kind of what this is like. And I don't think a lot of people out there who maybe they're budding YouTubers or they want to make this type of content, I don't think they realize what this is like in a way to your sort of mental sanity, because you're just sort of rolling through. And I've noticed things that are happening to me. I'm getting a bit chubby, and this is I've never been like this. I've always I used to play football. I used to do loads of exercise. I used to take my road bikes out, my mountain bikes out constantly. I've not done that for the last 6 months because I've been too involved in producing content, and there comes a point where you've got to enjoy yourself. So this is where I think streaming could come into this equation. So what I'm going to try and do, obviously I want you guys to let me know what you think about this in the comments below, but what I'm going to try and do is bring the stream back. Yes, it will be Overwatch, but it will be other games as well, because I do actually play other games, right? What a shocker, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe if that takes off and does well, that could be somewhere where I just go into, because YouTube is fun and I do like producing the videos, but like I said, I think it's just the thing like of getting stuck in a rut. And I think sometimes it would be fun to just sort of change things up and be like, well, you know what, let's try something different. Let's do something different. And I think that's important, like, especially if you're in like a creative industry, you have to keep yourself refreshed. You have to like wake up and want to do what you want to do. Now, I'm not saying that I wake up and I'm like, oh no, gotta make a YouTube video. It's not like that, but it's almost like it would be reinvigorating. It's the kind of idea of getting stuck in a rut, right? Just doing the same thing over and over again. So this is one of the reasons why I started this video off saying, look, when I go to LA, there probably won't be a video every single day. There'll be videos, don't get me wrong, but there won't be like the religious content, the religiously pumping religious content. I won't be religiously, that's what I tried to say, pumping out content non-stop, because I need to enjoy myself. You know what I mean? This, like, it sounds so stupid. Like, I've been to LA a number of times, and almost every time I get there, I don't really do anything. I don't see much of LA. I don't really do all too much when I'm there, apart from getting work done. Now, you could argue that I'm there for work, so it makes sense, right? And I think that's how I rationalize it in my head. But the fact is, I think that I'd like to do something a little bit different. And so I think what's going to happen is when I come back from streaming, when I come back from LA, we're going to start streaming. I will set up a proper schedule for it. There will be, the stream will get completely rebuilt, I think. There'll still be YouTube videos, don't get me wrong. Like, this is part of my sort of process of trying to put some order back into what I'm doing instead of just sort of like just being a mess. Like, I'm gonna do probably, I'll section my day up, so I'll have like in the morning we'll look at producing YouTube content, then there'll be like a 3-hour 4-hour break where I'm gonna definitely get on my bike and start taking that out, and then we come into the evening, so like 6 p.m. GMT, around about that time we stream till about 11 o'clock, and then I sort of come off for an hour, you know, chill, get myself to bed, wake up and repeat. I need some sort of order like that, I think. And I think I've been like, it's been a bit of a problem for me recently where I'm just sort of like, I don't know, it's dead hard to explain. Like, because sometimes I can feel like when I'm talking about this, you can almost sound a bit ungrateful, and it's like, well, he's moaning, well, his job ain't that hard. And fair enough, it's not, right? So I'm not moaning, I'm just saying, like, just trying to be real with you guys. So I know you guys, like, I don't really talk to you guys that much, like, which is weird because throughout the history of Unit Lost and all that stuff, especially when I streamed before, I would be very open and talk to people about a lot of different stuff. Even things like the issue of the Crohn's disease, what I've got, which can be a problem. Like, if you look at me right now, you know, I look all right. Right? Crohn's doesn't really manifest itself visually. Like, you don't, unless you're really bad, you don't really see, like, I don't look half dead or anything. But what it does to me is it can make me quite tired. And the problem with that is I can end up getting like... You get trapped, right? Because I wake up, force myself to get some work done, fall asleep, wake up, force myself to get some work done. That is like a bad pattern to be in. And you have to break out of that. And sometimes you have to sort of just step back and think, what am I actually doing? Like, is this benefiting my body? Like, do I really need to be doing this as well? That's another question. And what's the best thing to do? And this is one of the biggest struggles I think YouTubers generally have, and streamers will have this as well, is... you often are working with yourself, unless you've got teams of people pumping out content, then fair enough. But when you're working with yourself, it's very much like, it's very hard to manage yourself, because I think most of the people who get to this kind of position are just like nutters, and they're like, I'm just going to do this. They're like mega driven. They're like, I'm going to do this until it succeeds. I'm just going to keep doing it. And they don't know when to say stop. So I think I'm getting to the age where I'm like, just chill, Sty. Just chill. So anyway, after this massive rant, I am going to LA for 2 weeks. There might be some interruption with video production. However, if you see me at the Overwatch League arena, then get yourself over to me and say hello. I'll be there for all of for week 5, stage 2, and the playoffs, finals, which hopefully Spitfire get into. Then I am doing some fancy filming stuff with Spitfire, like eating Korean food and all kinds of mental stuff. Then there is a very special thing I can't talk about, but it is Overwatch related, and it is going to be mega. That's all I can say. And then I'm on a plane back home, and then we're going to start looking at streaming. That's my plan. Like, that's what I've got in my head at the moment. So you guys let me know if you think this is something you would actually, you know, watch, because I think sometimes, like, as well, is I like making discussion videos. I like making sort of editorial videos. I like talking about topics and things like that. But I like to have fun. And it becomes very hard to make those kind of videos Like, I often feel like while I'm sitting there trying to record them, like solo queue, why ain't I just streaming this? Because this would just be like, it's just stream material. Yeah, if you get a bad game, who cares? It's funny, you just go into the next game. But when you're trying to record, like, for the express purpose of making a highly entertaining video, it becomes very difficult. And that, you know, that's the other thing as well. If I stream, there'll be more of my gameplay there, which I can then use to make other gameplay videos potentially on the channel. I don't know. You guys let me know about all of this in the comments below. I've been Stylosa, guys. This is Unit Lost, and I will catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.